Okie dokie, guys and girls, welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. We are in episode 8 now. The Italians have got a new armoured cruiser out on the sea. Are coming back to us. We, meanwhile, have got, fleet-wise, what have we got going on? We've got Hunter class coming in 4 months. We've got a few more alligators coming. You need to be refit, actually, don't you? Before I forget, T27 needs to be refit to the modern configuration. We still have a huge lead in technology. As we said, we did a little bit of a cheat for that one, but it's interesting to have nonetheless. But our fleet is tiny compared to the rest of the world, as we say. We've got 34 ships. We have managed to chip away at the Italians, bringing them down to 17 ships. The loss of their whole battleship fleet was just a huge blow early in the war. The Germans are doing fairly well, 69 ships. They are carrying on. If we looked at victory points, we've actually really doubled victory points over the Entente, because mainly due to our hard work. The Germans have been doing not a huge amount. They've been doing okay, but you know, it's pretty hard for Germany to do much. We might be able to lend them a hand though. Right now though, we've found a convoy being escorted by a single light cruiser. The Aspern is busy once more, always busy, the Aspern, with 2 alligators against 12 of the French trade ships. So let's head off and see what happens with this engagement. So far our fleet has been performing admirably. It really has been doing a fantastic job of just chewing up the enemy and causing mischief and mayhem. We have really decimated the Italians. The Alligator class has proven to be a fantastic torpedo boat. It has struggled a little bit in gunnery engagements because of its god-awful pitch. Especially in rough weather, it really struggles. But in calm weather, it tends to do pretty well. It has got some fairly good guns on board with its 102mm guns. However, our semi-armoured cruisers, the light cruisers, have been incredibly strong, along with our battleship, the Carl class, and the armoured cruiser, which are almost like a, well, they are that, an armoured cruiser. They are extremely strong, and been doing a fantastic job of devastating the enemy fleet. So let's speed things up a little bit. Where is their light cruiser in all of this? It's one of their trade ships done. Their trade ships have got some guns on board which are dangerous to the alligators, who, when they get hit, they tend to just go down instantly. We're just going to detach you and start getting you away because you're already taking on a bit too much water. They really struggle with buoyancy, the Alligator class. Even though it's just got a single flood, it's just struggling an enormous amount. So we're just going to take you out for a little bit. Let everything settle down. T19. You've got a very good crew on board as well, so we don't want to lose you. want to go for the Castor there. And our light cruiser is doing a great job as well. We're actually going to turn off torpedoes on her because we don't really want to waste any torpedoes at the moment. T-17 go in. I don't know where their light cruiser is. Their light cruiser must have been incredibly far off because we've just been decimating this. T-19, you can come back in, just keep your distance please. Torpedo off, single torpedo out on the Florent, should be that, and then the Orand will have a couple of fish coming its way, should be. T-17, want to launch torpedoes, that would be good. There we go. So the Orand is... Oh, it just avoids them, actually. Well done. Aspern, you might want to start turning because you're about to take one of our own torpedoes. And T-17, let's start getting you a little bit of distance as well. T-19, you are actually taking on water. Let's get you to retreat. You know, because again, this ship just seems to flood and just not stop flooding. When it starts flooding, that's it. It is effectively dead in the water. And I don't know what it is. It's just it's not got the greatest pitch in the world, but it makes no sense that this thing just does not stop flooding. The weight balance is actually pretty good, but once it starts taking on water, the alligator class just does not stop. So I think we're going to actually lose the T-20, the T-19 here is going to go down. Just from flooding. And again, it just makes no sense. It really doesn't make any sense. Yeah, T-19 has sunk. Yeah, it just cannot take any flooding damage, which is bizarre. It's just really weird. And really frustrating, actually, because the enemy torpedo boats can just take all the punishment in the world. Using your HE shells, that's good. It's just happy hunting at the moment, isn't it? It's just absolutely decimating the enemy here. They are spreading out a bit, but they are taking a lot of damage. I'll actually smoke up here a little bit just because we're taking a few shots. These guys are armed with 51mm guns. It's just damaging our superstructure a little bit. And partial penetrations here and there as well, not helping, so that's not good. But this will deal a fairly big blow to the French trade fleet. As we say, our light ships are almost like semi-armoured cruisers. They're not really light cruisers. Might as well slow you down a bit as well. But yeah, it's bizarre the fact that our I hope the Hunter their new Hunter torpedo boats can take a bit more of a beating, in all honesty. That's my hope, is that we we're making a new fleet, a new class of torpedo boat, the Hunter, which is a lot smaller. So she should be a little bit more stable when taking damage such as flooding. Speed things up. Please sink this trade ship, Aspen. Should be a fairly easy task for you. There we go. Your Bear should be pretty easy to get down. T-17 is getting out of dodge, that's fine. She's safe, she's not flooding, so that's good news. You should sink fairly quickly, you would think. But again, the AI just seem to cheese their flooding. They seem to be able to take much more flooding damage than you. And again, it's just frustrating sometimes how the AI does tend to have a little bit of a cheaty sort of advantage in that respect, because it's very frustrating to see one of the enemy ships on like 0% buoyancy capable. Okay, their enemy light cruiser is actually coming in now, so I can just see where that is. She started smoking up over to the left there. So let's see if we can take out a few more of these trade ships. Don't think we'll get 100% of them sunk. But we should cause a fair amount of damage to them. And, you know, it gives our crew a little bit of training on the old gunnery skill as well. Tabasco there. Speed things up again. Oh. So we'll skip forwards a little bit. Okie dokie. So we ended up sinking all but one of their trade ships. We lost a T-19, unfortunately, but we got some victory points out of that, so that was fine. And we struck a nice big blow to the French economy. So that is something. But again, as I said, those alligators just do not seem to be able to sail. They just can't stay afloat, which is unfortunate. Okay, onwards we go. So T-17 coming up against the Patronopi. I think we've come up against her before, in fact. And as I said, it's not... When you look at the two ships, there's really slightly longer, slightly heavier, the Alligator, but same bulkheads. Yeah, just they're very similar, and we've got that gunnery advantage. As I said, it's weird. All right, Let's get this underway and out of the way. So northwest. T17, let's see what you can do. And yeah, they're Mark II as well. They're Mark II 102mm guns, so they should be really decent. They should be strong and fairly good, but as I said, this ship just tends to struggle with just always tends to struggle. There is a torpedo boat. Our torpedoes go out. One of our torpedoes goes out and misses. That's okay. See if we can find their convoy. If their convoy ships don't have any guns, then we're actually going to be okay. It's weather like. It's fairly rough out there as well. But it's a very low beam. I guess that could be one of the issues as well. Is maybe we need to increase the draft or something as well. Maybe that would help with its buoyancy levels. It's just really lacks buoyancy. And as you can see, stability is not great either. So I don't know. I'm just. It's always tricky. It'd be nice if we could spot some of their convoy ships. Southeast, but I think we're just going to have to go for taking out the torpedo boat. Torpedoes are out. And miss, of course. I need to put you on safe now because we've only got 2 torpedoes left. And she has 4, so. She's going to launch torpedoes at us. Which we will avoid with great skill. But yeah, generally what's been happening in these is once we got in a gunnery duel, they've tended to win because they've just taken one hit to us and caused flooding, and then we've sunk. So it tends to be the most common way of things actually going wrong for us. Now we could try a shotgun torpedo run once these duels reload. We reloaded very similar times. I actually think she might load faster than me because she got singles. So we can get a couple of good strikes on her. Just need some gun hits, that's all. 11% chance to hit right now. Torpedo tubes are almost rearmed. Okay, time to start getting out of dodge. And that's 2 big hits to us again. No flooding, thankfully. .4% chance, so we're both pretty low chances to hit, but again, in a gunnery duel we seem to lose every time. Okay, we need you to launch your torpedoes at us. Start taking evasive maneuvers. Yes, that's good. That's good. That's exactly what we needed you to do. Now you are out of torpedoes. So we just need to get into shotgun range for you now and try not to sink. Okay. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to do some serious tinkering to this alligator to get it to work for me, because it's just never seems to work whenever I get it in battle, which is a real big shame, because it's kind of designed to be able to outgun at any enemy torpedo boat, and it never seems to be able to. And we've got flooding. Drat. That's pretty much the end of us now. And so whenever we take flooding, we always seem to come off worse. So we don't seem to be able to stop any form of flooding. Again, look at how quickly we're going down. Our only chance really is if our torpedoes hit against her. And we can end the battle quickly, but she's going to dodge them. Please overturn, please overturn. Yes, you're overturning. Yes, good. But again, look, torpedo strike. Okay, end battle, good. In with a torpedo strike, she almost floods slower than us by taking a 51mm shell to the ship. You know, it just makes no sense. But luckily we got away with that one. Alright, let's see what we can do for this alligator class. I know we had a little bit of a look at it last time, but let's see. If we remove one of the torpedo tubes, nose fuse as well with a heavy shell. Alright, let's see if this makes a difference for the alligator class. I know the engine efficiency is terrible, but we just have to deal with that, I think, unfortunately. I go to M2, we'll call her. Save design, and we'll make a copy of her as well. To Mark II snappy. So that will allow us to actually make new versions of this ship. We'll see how well it actually works though. So, alright, let's upgrade a couple of the alligators to the Mark II. I have to wait until next month to do it. Apparently we still don't have upgraded ships to the Kuros 1890. Wait, did we? Oh wait, that's because we've got new ships, hasn't it? Let's refit you all. Unless we can actually improve the Kuros. Let's just double check. I don't think as much we've got. I don't think there's any new technology that we've got. We could up the bulkheads, I guess. Can't do anything to the beam or the draft. Range a little bit. Although we do have double hulls available to us now, so we could fit a double hull to her. Reinforced bulkheads. She's got a fairly good turning circle. We'll leave it hydraulic. Go back to standard shells over the semi-R piston because the SAP seems to really not be working for us. And we'll go for a base fuse. And torpedo wise, we've not had any advancements there. Biosite gun cotton. Engine efficiency is still pretty damn piss poor. And again, can't really do anything to up that because we don't have enough. We don't have enough room on board to give her some decent. You know, we need actually. We need something. We need a real big advancement in funnel technology to upgrade them because we can't really do much in her funnels. These need to sit back here for balancing purposes. Guns. No real improvements other than 102mm guns. I guess we could fit her with 152s. And underwater torpedo launchers, yeah, we still keep that the same. We'll keep to a semi-balanced rudder. And maybe we'll go up to... that's an Admiral. No, that's fine. I think that will be fine. So, the Kuros... Mark II. Save design. So that's a new version of the Kuros. And we'll upgrade them when it comes to it. So that's fine. Paola. Let's just see. Because I think the Paola, she will have had... Yeah, she's got double holes. She's got everything there. Reinforced bulkheads. But not much we can do against the Paola, so that's fine. And the Carl class as well, I think that was pretty much as we could get away with that as well. So yeah, so those ships, there's nothing much we can do to them. So okay, so we can upgrade the Alligator and the Kuros, so that's interesting. Okay, all right, so I guess we'll end the episode here, folks. So I'll be back for episode 10, I guess, and we'll see how this one goes later on. Thank you so much for watching.